I'm just checking, is this working all right? Yeah, I just bought, it was just car insurance then, it was my auto renewal. And I just wanted to give you the tips that I went through, because it's pretty depressing having to go through all. One thing, first of all, if you don't do anything about your car insurance, probably auto renew is on standard. I think that's the government have told them all the car insurance companies make auto renew the default, and so you have to manually switch it off. If you haven't, you don't need to worry. You're just going to get auto renewed, but you'll be probably paying a lot more than last year, and how much you need to this year as well. Because you won't be looking at competition and that. So that's so. But you don't need to worry. So if you forgot to auto renew and that, if you forgot your car insurance, you're all right. It'll auto renewed, so you're probably still insured unless you've not done that. So this was for comprehensive for me. 2024, I was about 452 with a small company, and then this year they offered me the auto renew quote was 458. So, well, I wasn't surprised, although I thought it might be down a bit, because it was the next year. And I've heard that overall car insurance premiums have went down apparently over the last year, about 20% in general, but nowhere near. I don't think they're near where 2021 prices were, so I don't know. Yeah, that was my auto renew, and then because I picked another one, and I went to the cancel page, and then I pressed the cancel button, and then they offered, we'll give you another offer. So I looked at that, and it was £390. So, and then I'd got better because I'd get 337 elsewhere. So I went and cancelled again, and they said, we'll give you a discount. I checked again, and it was £390 again. I thought they might give me even less, But no, they didn't. So that was it. I was gone. But I suppose the thing is, I'll tell you something else in a minute. So my new thing is £337 with a Viva Zero, basically the same sort of mileage, all that. No claims or anything. And so that's quite a difference, So like 120. I actually went for another thing this year that had £10. I can't remember what it was. I added some sort of perk or something. I can't remember at the moment. So it wasn't like for like. If it was like for like, it would have been 337. And I got that through Compare the Market, and I think that was the same last year. And what I found is that Compare the Market to me is the best of all the searches by a long way. So that's just me. It could be wrong, Just and now on to tips. Here's my tips. So I wish I could make this bigger. Oh, I can. Right, okay. Yeah. Use Money Saving Expert and Compare the Market, in my opinion. Money Saving Expert, he's the best for everything to do with money, Martin Lewis. And he's got a car insurance tool which gives you lots of tips, and you can do a quote through it. It's really worth doing. But at the end of the day, I found a lot better price and Compare the Market. But he even says, don't just use ours, use other ones, maybe use 2 or 3 others. Last year I tried all 4 of the main ones, and I found that Compare the Market was a way ahead of them all in cheapness. So that was the same again this year. So yeah, for me, Compare the Market was the best by miles. I mean, you're talking about like it was maybe £50 or something, compared to the others. The others were like around about £402 was the best I could find or something, So, but then it depends what day you're doing it as well, because I'll tell you later on down here. So the MSC tool, definitely do that, and its tips are excellent, and it's the best probably advice you'll get, in my opinion. I think Martin it just tells you that as it is, fact. It tells you the best, and then yeah. So, and this is pretty important. You want to get your auto renewal at like 21 to 28 days ahead, because the closer you get to the time, it goes way, way up, and you could be, I've put to 30%, you could be paying 30% more. It might even be more than that. Money Saving Expert on their website, I've got a graph showing you an average, and it's quite expensive before 21, 28. So what's that? Is that 3 or 4 weeks before? It's quite expensive before it comes down, and then you've got a window of opportunity between day 21, 28, where it's the cheapest, and then it starts sliding back up, even in day 28. And but if you leave it to the day before, it goes way up. I mean, you might as well just stick with your Otter Renew, I think, because it can go way up from like £900 to £2,000 or something. They had on their graph, you know. And next tip, add another driver. For me, it's say £50. I don't know why that is, you know. Martin Lewis says it might make them think that somebody else is using it as a responsible driver and you can't use it all the time or something. I don't know. I don't know what it means. But if you can add another driver with you know, maybe it's to do with how good their record is or whatever. But saved me about £50 right across the board. So, or at least from what I searched, because doing searches and researches and editing and that, you know, I just get totally lost. But that's what I recall. Next tip, one spot you can compare again, because for me anyway, I can cancel my insurance for my new insurer anytime up to when it starts, like in 3 weeks or something, and it says it'll be zero for me. You need to check with your insurance company because maybe someone will take a fee or take a cut, so you need to be sure about that. But Aviva Zero don't seem to take anything. So I could check just now, you know, and compare again, and I might even get even cheaper somewhere and just cancel the one with Aviva Zero. I don't get any punishment for that from them. I do once it starts because then it's the thing me. They'll charge a fee and other stuff. So, but until then, I can compare again and see if I can get any cheaper. You know, I haven't yet. I don't know if I will. So, for me, next tip. Well, for me, Aviva Zero were pounds ahead of anyone else, like £50 more. You know, they were like 337. The other ones were like in the 400s, 402 or whatever. And even Aviva Zero and other searches were 402. And I also tried with a cashback via Quidco, and it was about 370 through them. So doing it through cashback didn't help at all. It made it worse. So I just bought it straight through, compare the market. Yeah. And next tip, the quote can change every time. Every time you're doing it, it can change, you know. I mean, even my Auto Renew quote, I looked at it, it was £458, and then I done it again, and it was 462 the next time. So I don't know. Your quote can change every time, definitely every day. It can change. So if you feel you're getting a good price, you better take it. Like I say, you can always, with someone like Aviva Zero, you can cancel your new thing me if as long as it's not started insurance, you know. And then last tip here, check perks, you know, because some of them give you good breakdown coverage. Um, I'll tell you what Aviva Zero gave me. Yeah, because you could get breakdown coverage, because I've got that as well, somebody else, and it's, you know, £32 or something. That's for if I break down at home, if I break down anywhere. Yeah, I think it's full sort of breakdown. You know, it's not AA or anything like that, but I'm not bothered. It's one of these third party ones. I'll probably send somebody out from a local garage or something. So let's look at the next thing. This is my final page. Aviva Zero, yeah, I thought they were excellent. For a start, there was £0 compulsory, which is amazing, considering they were cheapest by far. And it gave me some breakdown coverage, but it's all 2.5 miles from home, so that's not so good, you know, because you're likely maybe to, you know, to break down in your house or whatever, you can't get things started. I don't think they give wrong fuel coverage. I can't remember at the moment. For people who are interested in green, they do that green stuff. I don't know, like they'll plant trees or something like that, offset the carbons. Well, for 1,000 miles or something anyway, and then you've got to pay more if you want to offset it all. Yeah. But Aviva Zero, you know, Aviva is a very big company, so this is a sort of quote green side of it. Yeah, so that's me. So personally, I'm happy. If I hadn't seen Aviva Zero this year, I wouldn't have been so happy. I would have probably been about £402 or something. I don't think they came up in the first search, so I don't know if they came up the next day or something. Maybe I was getting closer. Maybe it was day 29 when I first tried. Then day 28 was the second time, and Aviva Zero popped up. I don't know. That happened last year as well with the insurer thing. They didn't come up at first day, and then the next 2 or 3 days they come up, popped up way ahead of everyone else. So maybe some of them pop in to get new customers or something. So that's my tips anyway. Okay, good luck to everybody, and bye bye.